Hello and welcome to a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. That is our caretaking team in action, caring for one of our 150 plus rescues here who called the Wildcat Sanctuary home. Well, of course, that's the one, the only Tiger Dash. Dash is moving to some new scenery here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. He's moving from Wild Woodlands, Wild Woodlands, and Dash is going to be moving over to Roar Ridge, a habitat you might be familiar with, so I'm excited for you all to see where Dash's final destination is when we do get there. But hello and welcome, and I'm so happy to have all of you along for the ride. Maybe some new faces, some new ears. If you joined us or learned about our rescue recently that took place of Miss Kim Carl and Lion Cub Mango from Canada. Maybe you're new to the Wildcat Sanctuary fold. Well, today's going to be a wonderful live post for you to not only kind of see our team in action, but also just kind of learn about some of the nuances and tidbits of the type of care and the type of attention that we pay to our rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and how Mr. Dash is one of 150 plus rescues, like I mentioned, but he's an individual, and for a move like this, and so many of the decisions from Dash's diet to the type of enrichment he receives, especially Dashy. But as you can see, the team is so well oiled. Everybody has their own job without even having to speak to each other. There's caretaker Tyler, animal care manager Eric going and double checking the locks of Dash's former habitat. No, is there a cat in there? But we're still going to make sure that those locks are closed. They're double checked. Again, there's just no redundancies in safety here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. But as I said, Dash is moving from Wild Woodlands, and he's going to be heading to a habitat in Roar Ridge, which, as I said, I think you're going to be rather familiar with. So I'm looking forward to sharing our final destination with you all, and even better, right next to this habitat that Dash is moving to. That's where two of our new rescues are. That's where Kim and Carl have been settling in. And so looking forward to visiting with those two special lions on today's live too. So you can see our team working away there. It looks like I have some comments coming across the bow here. Welcome, Lori. There's Leanne cheering on Mr. Dashers. A good morning to you too, Lori, and the TWS fam. Well, and I also have Gretchen kicking butt with me, taking some photos. And as you can see, everybody has these wonderful UTVs and trailers, but we're walking, Gretchen. So we're going to just follow the trailer, and we'll be sure to maybe let them go first. We can let Eric go too. But I think days like this are just so wonderful because our team at the Wildcat Sanctuary is working hard like this through all hours of the day. Whether it's them going and doing their daily feedings, doing their daily waterings, their cleanings, their enrichment, things like that. And then you have things like this injected into it. A whole cat move where I see caretakers from multiple different zones who are now helping out the caretakers in this zone to get this cat moved. So it's a really awesome thing, and I think just a great insight into the inner workings and just how hardworking the inner workings are here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Think about that. Gretchen, about 80 people have us join on this live post. Welcome, everybody. You're tuned in live to the Wildcat Sanctuary. I mentioned a little bit earlier, but we are following along for a cat move. And this cat move is going to be ending right next to where Kim and Carl, two of the new rescued lions, have been settling in. So that's over in Roar Ridge. So yes, not only are we going to be seeing Dash, he's actually going to be given access to his new habitat outside. So we'll be seeing him go into his new space, and we'll be able to hang out with Kim and Carl. So as Gretchen and I make our way across the sanctuary here, you can look forward to seeing some tigers and some lions here. Leo singing his lion song. Winona giving her cheers to Dash as he passes by. And typical Winona, she comes and gives us a kind of a quick tiger stalk and then goes back to just enjoying her morning. You know, I can tell it's one of those days where I can imagine that the Facebook comments are a little bit more frequent than what I'm seeing on my end. I only have a few hellos so far, but nonetheless, happy to have you. And again, if you are joining us, maybe you just learned about the Wildcat Sanctuary after finding out about this recent international rescue, the 3 lions from Canada, including orphan lion cub Mango, then welcome to this live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Welcome to a wonderful place where so many like-minded people, just like yourself, have come together to make a difference for so many wildcats. It's incredible. And to think that there's 150 plus rescues here and how each and every one of them benefit from the support that you give, and how we can look at, you know, cats like Dash, for example, who is a rescued tiger cub. We can think about Miss Mango, who's a recently rescued lion cub. And I think it kind of lays a good kind of foundation and a roadmap for the type of compassionate and caring life that Mango has ahead of her. And it's a wonderful thing that we can look at that template and see that roadmap, and that's because of the support that you've given thus far. All right, so as I mentioned, I said that Dash was going to be moving over to Roar Ridge, and a habitat that you might find rather familiar. This habitat that Dash is moving into is Simon and Jeremy's former habitat. Simon and Jeremy had been in this habitat, as a matter of fact, ever since they arrived here to the Wildcat Sanctuary as cubs. And a lot of cub talk here. It is rather interesting knowing that we're an accredited rescue sanctuary. Do not breed here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I'm certainly mentioning a lot of cub rescues, but I think it just goes to inform some of the different sections and slices of the captive wildlife crisis. But here we are, Dash has arrived. But as I was saying, Simon and Jeremy's former habitat here in Roar Ridge, well, they are over in that awesome habitat in Feline Meadows. You might know it as, that's where Noah and Elizabeth lived for a while. Caesar and Logan famously lived in that habitat. So quite, an exciting thing for Dash to have this move, and certainly Simon and Jeremy still having all the things that they love in a space for them, where big in-crown pool, big tall platforms, and certainly Tarek and Polina across the way for some tiger neighbors. So those boys have been settling in well. I know that their sponsors have been updated too. Speaking of sponsors, obviously you're kind of watching this cat move happen now. We want certainly to keep our sponsors informed and abreast on the cats that they're supporting. Well, yes, this cat move is happening right now, but can we say that it is a permanent move right here and right now? No, I cannot. Well, Dash has some new neighbors, so Carl and Kim across the way, as well as just overall gauging how Dash is going to do with this transition. How is he about using it as his indoor space? Are we noticing just some other observations with Dash after this move? So my point being is that we're looking forward to updating our sponsors, and I'm happy we get to take you along with this live now, but it might not be a permanent move. So it's certainly a well-calculated move for a lot of reasons, which is why we're doing this in the first place. But might not be permanent, but happy that we get to share this now, because I think it could be a really, really good fit for Dash. Great job. Very calm and collected descent from the rescue trailer, Dash. Sorry if I'm getting in your shot there, Gretchen. And you can see the rescue team already has done some of the lead work to prepare for releasing Dash into that habitat. You'll look above where they're going to be sliding the crate up. That's a human door. Well, they've actually patched it with some cattle panels, so it acts as kind of has the perfect size opening for them to open up that crate once it's secured, for Dash to enter the space, and then voila, they can close it, pull that human door closed, and then remove that patching and secure the door all the way. So layer upon layer of security measure that's taken by our staff here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Like I said earlier, there's just no redundancies in safety, and And I like to think, and, I often say this for, the same reason that you support us for the type of care we give the cats and just how much we love our rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I like to think some of you give as well because you acknowledge how serious that we take our jobs and how that there are no redundancies in safety, and that, hey, a cat move, which is awesome. This is pretty routine for our professional staff here. That we're not going to take any shortcuts. We're not going to move more quickly than we want to just because we've done this before. So like I said, I'm sure that that's something that you value in your support of the Wildcat Sanctuary too, is our emphasis on safety and wanting to make sure that the cats we all love are safe, and of course the humans caring for the cats that we all love are safe. Hello and welcome everyone, about 130 of you watching on this cat move. Look at Dash just patiently waiting. If we needed any other sign of just how mature Tiger Dash has become, I think it'd be this level of patience as he's getting secured onto his new habitat here in Roar Ridge. And you know what? Facebook can be an odd beast sometimes. Of course, there's 140 of you watching. I know that you are commenting and are trying to chat with me, but unfortunately, I can't see any of those comments on my screen right now. I'll see a few odd ones here and there, but nonetheless, welcome. I encourage your conversation in the comments. I encourage you to make your voice heard. I think that's what's so great about these live posts, or us being able to have these collective experiences. I'm going to see if maybe I can go around on this side as they continue to strap Dash down. I'm quickly going to say hi to a very curious Lion Kim. Hi, pretty girl. She says, I am so curious about my new neighbor. And, talk about a great example for Kim. I mean, she is already so comfortable in her new space here that she's this curious, this, kind of wondering, what's this happening over here? Is this some new exciting something? And well, it is, Miss Kim. We'll have to find Carl in a second, but of course, Kim and Carl, fresh from the Aspen Valley Wildlife Sanctuary in Ontario as of last week, and Kim and Carl originally being rescued from a roadside zoo in Canada. Rather defunct one, and of course Lion Mango being a product of some of the exploitation happening at that zoo, the overbreeding, the inbreeding, the lack of oversight for contraceptive and birth control. But you just came last week and look how comfortable you are and look how excited you are, pretty lady. And man, oh man, speaking of comfortable and excited, I look away for just one moment and Dash goes trotting into his space. You have caretaker Jackie in front of me with a food bucket just to see if he wants a bite of anything. Yeah, and her making a very accurate observation saying, I think that pool is a little bit more important. So many of our tiger habitats are outfitted with these huge in-ground pools. This habitat being no exception. The in-ground pool, I think, is going to make, yeah, that's Tiger Dash. Miss Kim, that in-ground pool is going to make for a lot of fun tiger antics for Dash. And also, these large free-roaming habitats are exactly that. So Dash is kind of way over on the other side at Timbuktu there. So I'm going to do my best to see if I can find him here in a moment. But maybe I can go over some of the features too. And certainly a tiger habitat within reason is similar to many of our lion habitats. But as we kind of welcome Kim and Carl, thinking about the types of spaces our rescues enjoy here at the Wildcat Sanctuary: caves, platforms, plenty of trees, tall grass. Kind of can put the phone up at an angle here and you might be able to see that pool a little bit more better. And certainly we're kind of mowing some of the spaces within region, but we're also letting the cats kind of indulge in their wild sides among a variety of ways, and giving them the opportunity to have that tall grass. And Dash is now reunited with a former tiger friend, which is marvelous to see. Hey, that's your indoor bedroom. This is going to be Dash's shift, which leads into his 2 indoor bedrooms. So you get some pretty big digs here. And Miss Indy right on the other side of Dash, who is definitely being kind of overshadowed by his size. Here comes caretaker Jackie. Indy's happy as a clam. I think Dash is more just kind of curious about his new surroundings. Indy giving lots and lots of chuffs to Dash. Chuffs of encouragement. She also had this move over to Roar Ridge for her is relatively new. Yeah, I'd say she's been here for about three or 4 weeks, and her saying, "Hey Dash, it's pretty awesome over here." Oh, I see Dash smelling some of the former residents of this habitat, Simon and Jeremy, who surely are doing their tiger thing all back here, peeing and what have you, and Dash marking a little bit, and to be expected, and something that is so tiger of you, Dash, and we wouldn't want anything less from you. Hey, mister. It's a pretty awesome new space. Happy to have everybody along with us. Happy Wednesday. It is hump day here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We are halfway through the week. And man, oh man, is it a fun day to be tuned into a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. You just got to see a cat move, and cat moves can happen for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's a move for one of our aging cats who needs a space that's going to be a little bit more conducive to the stage of life that they're in. Well, maybe it's just a cat like Dash and Simon and Jeremy where we're just kind of playing musical cats, and we had 2 habitats that we assessed would be great for both cats, with Simon and Jeremy over in Feline Meadows and Dash now here in Roar Ridge. So for a variety of reasons, these cat moves happen, and we got to kind of take you along for the ride here. Now Dash is here in this new space, and I'm certainly very much optimistic about it, and we're lucky to have so many sponsors of our cats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and we like updating our sponsors on these moves. And so here we are doing this live post with Dash, but that doesn't mean that this is going to be a permanent move. Caretakers are going to be monitoring Dash to see how he's doing in this new space, to make sure that this move on the back end, after he's maybe been there for a couple days, that he's using in his indoor space, that they're just not making any observations that he's maybe behaving abnormally, or somehow this move is having an adverse effect on him. But of course, we're looking forward to getting lots of photos and pictures in the meantime as Dash continues to learn this space and this space grows on him for that sponsor update comes soon. So man, oh man, that pool is looking as crystal clear as mountain snow melt, and the well water that is filling some of these pools is, well, it's probably just as cold as some mountain snow melt. Let me see if I can catch Dash over here. Nice job, team, by the way. And as I said, Dash is doing his move over here. When we have Kim and Carl over to my left, we got to see a little flash of Kim. Hey, Dasharoonie. He says, yeah, I got a lot of patrolling to do today. I can only imagine that I'll be taking a dip. I know that my caretakers are going to be keeping a special eye on me. And, that's, the vernacular that Jackie just used. This is professional caretaking stuff. Do you want a num-num yet? Is what she asked. And, it looks like he did want a num-num, Jackie. He wants a num-num poolside, it looks like here even.
Best way to do it. You're gonna dunk it in the water.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Dash found the pool. Okay. Dash is having his cake and eating it too, quite literally. He has chicken in his mouth. He's gone really delicately into his pool here. He looks like he's trying to keep his eating hand dry. What a fun little moment with curious Dash here. Oh man, that's so fun. I hope all of you are hooting and hollering in the comments at this goofball. That's, the same unbashful, unapologetic Dash we've all known and love. He is, flashes to him running around with the whole chicken in his mouth when he was younger. And he was taking it in and out of a kiddie pool that he was given. And now he's certainly supersized that kiddie pool now that he's an adult tiger. I think when we see Dash turn around here in a moment, we'll still see, yep, a piece of a big chicken quarter in his mouth that he says, I've got a pool, maybe a little chicken broth is in order. Who knows, Dash? But strutting around, enjoying himself, enjoying life in his own unique Dash way. And as I said, that is just why we love this cat. And and you're nothing short of special, Mr. Dashers. I'm quickly going to let Dash continue having his aquatic culinary adventure. And I'm going to run over to see if I can find Kim and Carl, because I want to see them on a live and just give them a big howdy doody. And we got to see Kim earlier, who was rather interested to see what Dash is doing. You can see her kind of maybe staking out the caretakers now, but Kim, I can only imagine that you are going to be excited to meet Dash and see him from afar, and Dash will be excited to meet you. And Carl, who's single out across the way, but maybe doesn't need to go as far as Kim to really kind of head over to that second habitat to get a closer look. But Carl certainly investigating Mr. Dash across the way. Hey, looks like some comments are popping through. This has got to be referring to Dash, saying, OMG, he's so cute, says Sherry V. Big, beautiful kitty. Silly boy, silly indeed. And Dash is living his best life. Is that Dash's version of surf and turf? Accurate. I know, I enjoying. And there's, I think so many of the cats have the ability to kind of put a smile on our face, and Dash